And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everyone. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live. We are in Winfield, Missouri at Winfield High School. And the game we are about to see, this is championship night. Unfortunately, we're not in the championship game, but we are in the third place game. And this game is going to be between your hometown Elsberry Lady Indians and the Hannibal Lady Pirates. Game's going to be starting in about 6 minutes. I was a little bit late coming on this afternoon, but trying to get some roster information tied down, and as usual, it's changed slightly from what I was given earlier. But anyway, to get here tonight, the Hannibal Lady Pirates on Monday night, they defeated Trinity High School, and that's the only game I don't have a score for. But they defeated Trinity High School, and then Wednesday night they lost in a very close game, 60-53 to Fort Zumwalt East. And now they're playing for third place. Elsberry, they got here by virtue of Monday night defeating North Tech High School 48-26, and then they lost on Wednesday to Lift for Life Academy 43-13, and so that puts them in the third place game. And just after watching Hannibal play these games the last couple of nights, I think it's going to be a pretty good game tonight. I think they're very evenly matched. And as you can see out here, we got the captains and the coaches and the referees all meeting. And so anyway, before we go any further, let's go ahead and I'm going to go over the rosters as I have them. I'll preface that statement. And for the Hannibal Lady Pirates, it's going to be number 2, Kaylee Falconer. Number 3, Sydney Hart. Number 11, Bella Falconer. Number 12, Allie Hull. Number 15, Ellie Locke. Number 21, Emma Dean. And number 22, Abby Bauman. And I just wanted to mention that the last couple of nights I've talked a little bit with the parents of Kaylee and Bella Falconer. And they're really nice people. Just wanted to mention that one. And so Hannibal is coached by Evan Servin and assisted by Kelsey Scherter. And okay, for the Elsberry Lady Indians, we have number 2, Tanisha Henderson, otherwise known as Tiny. Number 4, Peyton Robinson. Number 5, Addison Steele. Number 10, Candace Dowell. Number 11, Neosha Henderson. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. Number 14, Abby Jenkins. Number 15, Mackenzie Gladney. Number 20, Kelsey Flaster. Number 24, Lily Smith. Number 25, Samara Manuel. Number 31, Bella Mozzie. Number 32, Olivia Kinsler. Number 41, Alyssa Love. And number 43, Tyra Henderson. And Elsberry is coached by Carrie Koch-Dowell and assisted by Brittany Koch-Dowell. So, with still a couple minutes left before this game starts, let's go. Oh, by the way, Hannibal is 2-1 on the season so far, and Elsberry is 3-2 on the season. And believe it or not, at least in the last several years, these two teams have never met. That's kind of hard to believe. But I did some research on it, and I cannot find any history of these two teams in the last, say, 10 or 12 years. So, like I said, that's really hard to believe that these two schools that are close enough together, just, 2 counties away, and they have not, there's no history with them, at least early on. So let's go ahead and throw a couple of commercials in here before this game starts.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back. The teams are in from warming up, and I imagine right now they're going to have the starting lineup for these two teams. And Hannibal is going to be the home team tonight, and Elsberry is going to be the away team. So they'll be in the red uniforms, and Hannibal will be in the red and white, or red and white, yeah. Starting tonight for Elsberry is number 2, Tiny Henderson. Number 4, Peyton Robinson. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. Number 20, Kelsey Flaster. And number 43, Tyra Henderson. That's the starting lineup for your hometown Lady Indians. Now starting for Hannibal Pirates, Lady Pirates. Number 2, Kaylee Falconer. Number 3, Sydney Hart. Number 11, Bella Falconer. Number 21, Emma Dean. And I've already got a player out there they told me wasn't here. We've got a number 20 out there. Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. Yeah, we do have a 20. Okay, I'm dumb. Number 20 is Peyton Utterback. Yeah, this is my fault. Probably all the others were too. I just don't like to admit it. So anyway, right, now we have everybody. All right, it's going to be jumping for Bella Falconer is jumping for Hannibal, and Peyton Robinson for Elsberry. And Tiny Henderson takes control of the ball, so Elsberry has possession first. And they pass the ball around the outside trying to get a play started here. And here's Peyton Robinson driving the line underneath, and 2 points. And they had Sydney Hart tied up, and she broke loose, and an early foul now. And that is an early foul on Tyra Henderson. They get the ball into one of the Falconers, and she throws the ball away. So here's Tiny Henderson bringing the ball up the court. She gets it into Tyra at the free throw line. Outside again to Kelsey. Or back over to Tiny Henderson. We have Peyton Robinson out on the point. And try to pass there underneath, and it did not work out. Anyway, on the fast break, that was Sydney Hart. Put the ball up. The shot was no good, but she draws the foul. That foul was on Peyton Robinson. First shot is up and no good off the front of the rim. 6:55 remaining in the first quarter. 2-0 Elsberry with Sydney Hart on the line. Second shot is off the rim also, and Tyra Henderson with the rebound. Gives the ball to her sister, and they push it up the court. And pass just a little bit too hard for Kelsey Flaster and through her hands and out of bounds. So Hannibal takes over. Full court pressure here for Elsberry, and it pays off with Kelsey Flaster picking off the pass. There's a three-point attempt for Tyra Henderson. No good. Rebound was to Kelsey Flaster, and she couldn't get her shot to drop. And here's Peyton Robinson. She steals the ball away. So Tanisha's bringing it down fast. She tried to pass in to Tyra Henderson, and the ball was kicked away by Hannibal. Maybe I'll get the team straight before the game's over. As they're passing it around on the outside, Peyton Robinson decides to drive in, and Emma Dean of Hannibal took the ball right away from her, and they ended up with a jump ball. So here's alternating possessions. Hannibal has the ball. Little zone defense here by Elsberry. They get the ball in underneath to Bella Falconer, and she has 2 points. 2-2 is the score. Kelsey Flaster out on the point, but as Peyton Robinson tried a three-pointer, no good, and Hannibal up with the rebound. Here's it up. Was going to be a three-point attempt, and she decided to drive the baseline, and another foul on Tyra Henderson. That is her second. So real quick, Henderson comes out, and Mackenzie Gladney goes in. Too early in the game for Tyra Henderson to have 2 fouls. There's a 20-foot shot. 20-foot shot for Peyton Utterback. No good, and Kelsey Kinsler up with the rebound. Tiny Henderson tries to drive in, changes her mind, shoots from 15 feet away. Kelsey Flaster with the rebound and 2 points. 4-2 is the score. Hannibal has it on the point. They drive in, 10-foot shot, no good. Mackenzie Gladney with the rebound and the ball. They tried to take the ball out of her hands and ended up with a jump ball that stays with Elsberry. And now here's Candace Dow coming in. Kelsey Flaster sits down. Ball mishandled there by Elsberry. Tanisha Henderson goes back, gets it. Candace Dow has it. And there was a foul away from the ball. Let's see what this is. I didn't see it. That foul was on Kylie Kinsler. I didn't see what she did, but if she did it, I'm sure she did it forcefully. Get the ball down deep. Now it's out for a 5-foot shot there, and it's good. And that was Bella Falconer with 2 more points. So Hannibal has tied it up now with 3:34 to go. Candace Dowell out on the point, over to Peyton Robinson. She gets down to the low point, back out to the high point, back out to the low post, I should say, back out to the point. Peyton Robinson holding on to the ball. Now she goes to drive it, and the ball's taken right out of her hands. And Mackenzie Gladney just stole that pass right out of the air. So here comes Tanisha back up the court. There's Peyton Robinson looking at a three-pointer. She changed her mind. There's Candace Dowell with three, and she hits it. Hannibal bringing it back up the court now. Get the ball in deep to Peyton Utterback, and she has 2 points. 7-6 is the score, Elsberry. Olivia Kinsler getting ready to come in. Yeah, I thought she was. She sat back down again. That ball was stolen by Hannibal for a second, and then Candace Dowell got over there and got the ball back. Bellamazzi's in now. Deep pass in for Kylie Kinsler underneath, and she could not get up to it. Now they try that again, and Kinsler just brings it back out. That wasn't working. She was out-heighted. And I know that's not a word, but I'll use it anyway. Now they're playing around out here on the outside. Hannibal with some really close defense here. They just cannot seem to get anything going underneath. And there, Hannibal steals the ball, puts it up, and it is good. That is Emma Dean with 2 points. So just like that, Hannibal takes the lead, 8-7. There they get the ball in deep to Kylie Kinsler. And she draws a foul down on the baseline. And that was Kaylee Falconer that fouled Kylie Kinsler. It's her first. Bellamazzi with the ball out of bounds. And that, I thought the ball was tipped out by Hannibal, but it was not, so it's Hannibal's ball. Kelsey Plaster getting ready to come back in, unless they're just fooling with me again. There's Bella Falconer throwing the ball up, and it goes in the second time. And that ball stolen away by Hannibal. That was Kaylee Falconer that time with 2 points. So quickly, Hannibal has taken a 12-7 lead. All of a sudden, the Elsberry girls are just giving this ball away. And can't do that in these games. These two teams are too evenly matched. Let's take a break.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, we're ready to start this second quarter. Score is 12-7, Hannibal over Elsberry. And looks like they got to do a little bit of cleanup down there. They have Tanisha Henderson scrubbing the floors. All right, Abby Bauman's going to be throwing the ball in now. All over to Emma Dean. They get the ball into Falconer, and she puts the ball right on the hands of Abby Bauman, and she puts the ball up but couldn't get it to drop, but she does draw the foul. And that foul is on Tiny Henderson. Elsberry's been fouling too much. And the first shot is up and good. And the second shot is good. So 14-7. Elsberry's down by 7 points in the beginning of the second quarter. And that ball went through everybody's hands. And now there's controversy on whose ball it should be. It's going to be Elsberry's ball. And they get the ball into Tiny. She takes a 20-foot shot, and it's good. That's her first 2 points of the game. Hannibal gets the ball down deep, and no good for Bella Falconer. I don't know if it's Falconer or Falconer. Either way, it's Bella, and she's a good player. Peyton Robinson drives in and just could not get the ball to drop. That was a good play on Peyton's part. And there's another 2 points for Bella Falconer. She sits there underneath that basket on the baseline and is just ready for the passes to her. 16-9 is the score. And Kylie Kinsler was just called for travel. All right, so Hannibal bringing the ball down. Get on the outside, and they need to watch underneath. There's a three-point shot partially blocked by Mackenzie Gladney. And there was a jump ball there. Peyton Robinson had the ball, and Peyton Utterback. It was a fight of the Peytons. So alternating possessions, that turns over to Hannibal. And there's a 20-foot shot, and it's good for Ellie Locke. Hannibal is hitting their shots tonight. 18-9, 9-point lead for Hannibal. Elsberry needs to get it together now. A lot of game left. They can do it, but they need to do it. 3-point shot for Tanisha Henderson, no good. Hannibal up with the rebound. They get the ball in deep to Abby Bauman, and she's in for 2 points from right underneath. And timeout is called by Elsberry. Carey calls a timeout, try to get this game under control before it's completely out of control. So anyway, let's take a break.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Okay, we are back, and here comes Tanisha Henderson up the court. She gets the ball over to Kylie Kinsler. She gets it to Kelsey, but it was batted around. These Hannibal girls are relentless, and that ball was knocked up in the air by Sydney Hart, and in trying to get the ball back, Peyton Robinson fouls her. That is her second foul. So 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Score is 20-9. All right, Hannibal tried to get it deep in the baseline like they've been doing all night. And it was broken up, but it did go off of Elsberry. So it's still Hannibal's ball. And same thing. Okay, I'm glad to see that. They just caught Tyra with kicking the ball. But their girls are starting to see that that's the play they're going to make. And there was a quick 2 points underneath for Kaylee Falconer. And that ball knocked out of the air by Peyton Utterback, and she went in for 2 points. So 24-9 is the score. 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes remaining in the half. Just all of a sudden, about halfway through the first quarter, there was a quick 2 points there for Tyra Henderson. Unbelievably, her first 2 points of the game. But Hannibal is absolutely controlling this game. There was a miss by Hannibal, and there's Mackenzie Gladney could not get the shot turned around. Candace Dowell tried driving in. And was not able to get the shot away, and a foul was called on her. That's only the second team foul for Hannibal. They get the ball into Tyra Henderson, gets it over to Tiny Henderson. Back to Candace Dowell. She drives in, gets it over to Mackenzie Gladney. She tries putting it up, but the ball is slapped away, and they they call Peyton Utterback with the foul on that. So here's going to be Mackenzie Gladney on the line with 2 shots. First shot bounces out of the far side of the rim. Second shot rolls in. All right, Tiny Henderson fought her way into that one and got a jump ball, and on alternating possessions, that goes over to Elsberry. Score is 24-12 with under 3.5 minutes to go in the half. Tyra Henderson puts the ball up, no good. Oh, and they're saying the shot was partially blocked, and it comes to Elsberry. All right, there's a break for the Lady Indians. They get the ball in to Dowell. And now here's Tyra Henderson, gets the ball up, and it's no good, but she does draw the foul. That foul was on Abby Bauman, her first. So has 4 team fouls for Hannibal in this half, compared to 6 for Elsberry. Tyra's first shot is up, and it bounces around on the inside of the basket and comes back out. Hannibal makes some big personnel changes. Second shot rims out, no good. And Hannibal gets it on the outside. It was going to be a three-point attempt, but Hannibal ran that baseline 20-foot shot here. Rolls back out again. Rebound is to Bella Falconer, and she couldn't get the shot to go in, but she does draw the foul. And that foul was on Mackenzie Gladney. It's her first. Free throw is good for Bella Falconer. And a second free throw is good. All right, and Hannibal's decided to put a press on. There's Tyra Henderson going right underneath, and she's got 2 points. Good play there for Elsberry. And there was an offensive foul on Emma Dean. .234 remaining in the half, 26-14, 12-point lead for Hannibal. They are also in the bonus for free throws. Tiny Henderson gets it underneath to Tyra. And she draws a foul as she drives in. And since they're not in the bonus, that's going underneath. And that foul was on Sydney Hart. It's her first. Dowell has the ball circling around. Gets it out to Kylie Kinsler, and she turns around. Gets the ball into Tyra Henderson. And she throws the ball up there and is fouled. Foul's going to be on 21, I believe, Emma Dean. And that's who it was on. That's her second foul. Emma Dean. So Tyra's at the line. And that shot is good. Next one is no good, and There's Hart up with the rebound for Hannibal. 2 minutes remaining. Get the ball in deep to Falconer, and she puts the ball up, gets the basket, and draws the foul. All right, here's Olivia Kinsler coming in, and Mackenzie Gladney sitting down. Free throw is no good, and Kylie Kinsler up with the rebound. Dowell's bringing it up the court now. Over to Tyra Henderson. And she looks like she wants to drive it in. She does, gets the ball up there. It's no good, and Olivia Kinsler with the rebound and just hands it to Kaylee Faulkner. 3-point attempt, no good, and Kylie Kinsler up with that rebound. Gets it to Tyra Henderson. And here's Dow bringing it up the court again. Gets to the timeline and hesitates. Tyra puts it on the ground, gets it over to Tiny Henderson. She puts it up and no good. And that ball stays with Elsberry. 1 minute remaining in the half. 28-15 is the score. This ball in for Dow. The ball was partially blocked. And Hannibal comes up with the rebound. And Dow jumped in there and created a jump ball. It stays with Hannibal though. 45 seconds. There's a 3-point attempt, and it's no good. And Sydney Hart puts the ball up, and doesn't get the shot, but she does draw the foul. And that foul is on Olivia Kinsler, I believe. Yes, it is, her first. And free throw was good for Sydney Hart. Second shot is up and no good. And a rebound went to Hannibal. And now Peyton Utterback had the ball and put the shot up and could not get it to drop, but she does draw the foul. And that foul again was on Olivia Kinsler. It's her second in about 10 seconds. First shot is no good. Second shot is no good. 25 seconds. Tiny Henderson was just going to drive in, changed her mind, puts the ball back out on the point. Close man-to-man coverage, and it paid off for Hannibal as they steal the ball away. And they get the ball in deep to Bella Falconer for another 2 points. And that is the buzzer to end this half, with a score of 31-15 in favor of Hannibal. So we've played half of this game. I'll take a 10-minute halftime break. And Hannibal's controlling this game. Not much else you can say about this. They are controlling the game. In this half, the scoring is led for Elsberry. The scoring is led by Tyra Henderson with 5 points, Kelsey Flaster with 2, Mackenzie Gladney with 1, Candace Dowell with a 3-pointer, Peyton Robinson with 2 points, and Tiny Henderson with 2 points. From the free throw line, Tyra Henderson is 1 for 3, and Mackenzie Gladney is 1 for 2. On the Hannibal side, however, different story here. Kaylee Falconer has 4 points. Sydney Hart has 1 point, and she is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Ellie Locke has 2 points. Emma Dean has 2 points. Abby Bauman has 4 points. Peyton Utterback has 4 points, and she's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Bella Falconer, however, has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 points. And she's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So a tale of two cities here on how this game is going. So let's just go ahead and play some commercials here. I can get all them out of the way at halftime, and won't have to be worried about it the rest of them throughout the game. So anyway, let's take a break.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Okay, we are ready to start this third quarter. Going to be Elsberry's ball out of bounds, as they will now be going to your left. let's hope that Carrie and Brittany did a good job of. Okay, it's starting off good. Kylie Kinsler with the 20-foot shot. Two-pointer, but 31-17. And now Peyton Robinson stealing the ball. She takes a three-point shot. No good. But the rebound comes up to Tyra Henderson. She really fought for that rebound. And now here's Tanisha Henderson. Out on the point, gets it over to Kylie. And that pass was broken up by Bella Falconer. And Hannibal back down the court. Gets the ball in to Falconer, and it's back out. Now down on the high post is Sydney Hart. She runs over Peyton Robinson, but she stepped out of bounds before she ran over. So I guess if you run off the road before you hit a car, it really doesn't count. Okay, Elsberry pushing it around the outside. And let's see what this call is. All right. Bella Falconer was just called with a foul. And Kinsler gets the ball into Tanisha Henderson. She has it out on the point, looking to get a play going. She pulls up her dribble, gets it into Tyra, and she drives in, tries to get the ball over Falconer, and that's a tough job to do. And now coming down the court was Peyton Utterback, and she wasn't able to get the shot away. She was defended too heavily. And the ball goes out of bounds to Elsberry. 31-17, 6:09 remaining in the third quarter. All right, and there's Tanisha bringing it up. And she's just driving in and changes her mind. Gets the ball out to Dowell. And she pulls up her dribble and gets the ball knocked out of her hands. And there's the ball going to 20 again. And that is Peyton Utterback with 2 points. This Hannibal team is just absolutely relentless. They are defending that ball quite closely. And they're just outplaying Elsberry, no matter how you look at it. Tyra Henderson trying to drive in. Gets the ball over to Peyton Robinson, and she's on the line. And has the ball knocked out of her hands, so it stays with Elsberry. Okay, ball going way out on the point to Kylie Kinsler. The ball stolen by Sydney Hart. She takes it in for a quick 2 points. And she also tried to steal that ball and almost did it. Okay, they got the ball in, and Falconer breaks that up. Mackenzie Gladney broke up that pass. It was going to Sydney Hart right underneath, and Gladney broke up that pass, but it goes out of bounds to Hannibal. Meanwhile, the score is 35-17, 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. There's a 25-foot shot there. And finally, Bella Falconer gets the ball up and in. All right, Tyra Henderson out on the high post. Tries to get the ball in deep to Peyton Robinson, but Abby Bauman was there to break that up. Kylie Kinsler tries driving the baseline, bounces it off of Falconer's leg. So it's out of bounds to Elsberry. Tyra Henderson has it underneath, gets the ball up and over Falconer for 2 points. Elsberry with the full court press. And they were able to break up the play. I think they called a jump ball there, and it stays with Hannibal. But Elsberry was able to break that play up. All right, Hannibal has the ball in. And Peyton Robinson picks up that loose ball. It was fumbled around by Hannibal. Robinson picked it up, and Elsberry has it down the court now. Kylie Kinsler out on the point. Peyton Robinson gets it over to Kylie Kinsler, down on the post, puts the ball up, no good. Rebound to Hannibal. And there's Bella Falconer going in with 2 points. And didn't notice when it happened, but Abby Jenkins is now in the game for Elsberry. There was a 3-point shot for Tyra Henderson, no good, and Hannibal up with the rebound. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 39-19, 20-point lead for Hannibal. There's a 3-point attempt, no good, and Mackenzie Gladney up with that rebound. Kylie Kinsler's bringing it up. Gets it over to Abby Jenkins. She puts the ball on the floor, gets it back to Tyra Henderson. And a timeout called by Elsberry.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
All right, 1:59 remaining in the third quarter. Score is 39-19, Hannibal over Elsberry. Elsberry has the ball out of bounds. They get it into Peyton Robinson. She picks up her dribble and gets the ball cross-court pass to Tiny Henderson. Abby Jenkins has it way out on the high post. There's a three-point shot. It's way off by Tyra Henderson. Hannibal up with that rebound. And Abby Bauman attempts a shot in a crowd that was nowhere near, but she draws a foul. And that foul was on Peyton Robinson. That's her third. First shot is up and rolls out. Alyssa Love now in the game for Tyra Henderson. Second shot bounces out, and Elsberry up with the rebound. Peyton Robinson brings it up the court. Ball knocked out of Tiny Henderson's hand. Abby Jenkins gets it. Ball stolen by Hannibal. And Abby Jenkins gets back and knocks it away from her. Does not draw the foul. She just broke up the play without drawing the foul. Good play there by Abby Jenkins. Ball way out to Sydney Hart. There's a long two-point shot. And that ball went off of a couple of players, but it was last touched by Hannibal. So Peyton Robinson throwing it into Tiny Henderson. Score is 39-19. Tried to get the ball into Alyssa Love, but it was over her head, and Hannibal comes up with it. There's a three-point shot, no good. And Abby Jenkins has it. She pulls up her dribble and gets it over to Tanisha Henderson. And she tried getting it down deep to Mackenzie Gladney. And she was held. And that foul is on Sydney Hart. That's her second. Pass broken up by Hannibal, and they bring it up the court. 4 seconds. And Kaylee Falconer drives in at the buzzer and gets the 2 points. So at the end of three quarters, it's 41-19. Hannibal over Elsberry.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we start the fourth quarter. Last chance here for Elsberry to turn things around. Get the ball into Tanisha Henderson. She brings it across the timeline. Peyton Robinson now has it down on the baseline. Abby Jenkins with the ball, pulls up her dribble, gets it back over to Peyton Robinson. She drives in, drives underneath, and the pass is broken up, and Hannibal comes up with it. They get the ball up the court. Mackenzie Gladney all over her. That's Ellie Locke had the ball, and Mackenzie Gladney was all over her. But the ball is out of bounds to Hannibal. Mackenzie Gladney once again being a defensive demon here. Maybe it's a demonette, demoness. Either way, she's being relentless, and the ball gets away. But they're saying it went off of Elsberry. So here's Kinsler and Tyra Henderson on their way back in the game. Right underneath was Abby Bauman. She took the shot and did not drop, but she goes to the line with 2 shots. That foul was on Mackenzie Gladney. It's her 3rd. And the free throw was good for Abby Bauman. Second free throw was no good. And she couldn't get the shot to drop, and here's Tyra Henderson coming up the court fast. And the ball was knocked out of bounds by Hannibal. Ball is in. Here's Tyra Henderson with the 3-pointer. No good. Rims in and out. And Bella Falconer up with that rebound. Six and a half minutes remaining. There's a 2-point shot. No good. Falconer with the rebound and up for 2 more points. She's got quite the reach advantage. She's a little bit taller, but she just has a heck of a reach. That and the fact that she's a good player. More than just height. Kylie Kinsler for 10 feet. No good. And Hannibal controls the ball along with the rest of the game. 3-point attempt there, no good. Rims in and out. Tanisha Henderson is there trying to get the rebound, trying to pull the ball away from Abby Bauman. Creates a jump ball, so it goes over to Elsberry. 5:42 remaining in the game. 44-19 is the score. Hannibal over Elsberry. Tyra Henderson driving it. Tried to drive it under the baseline, couldn't get it. Gets the ball back out on the point now to Tiny Henderson. Here's Kylie Kinsler. Looked at the baseline, couldn't get it. Tyra Henderson from the point, 3-point attempt. In and out, no good. And Hannibal up with that rebound. Long cross-court pass. That was to Emma Dean, and she just walked right in with the 2 points. Kylie Kinsler tried to drive in, wasn't there. Tiny Henderson gets it into, she got it into Mackenzie Gladney, and she put it back out. to Alyssa Love. And that ball was taken away from her, and Alyssa Love ended up with a foul. It's her first of the night. That's only 3 team fouls right there. All right, they put a whole new team in for Elsberry. Tiny Henderson and Candace Dowell are the only 3 players that play all the time. So they have Addison Steele out there, Olivia Kinsler, Candace Dowell, Tanisha Henderson, and who's the other one? No, Peyton Robinson's still out there. Okay. Okay, and Abby Jenkins just came in. Olivia Kinsler at the free throw line. Tried to get a pass to Dowell, and it was broken up by Hannibal, and they bring it down the court. 3:49 remaining. Cross-court pass, gets the ball in the middle. Hannibal could not get the ball to drop in. And it goes out of bounds to Elsberry. Abby Jenkins with it now. It's knocked out of her hands. And that foul was on Abby Bauman. She was over the back. It's her second foul. Hannibal making a couple of changes. Bringing in Peyton Utterback and Sydney Hart. Candace Dowell controlling the ball now. She takes it down to the high post. Or I should say low post. Addison Steele passes it to Peyton Robinson and almost broken up by Hannibal. And here's Abby Jenkins. Candace Dowell tries to drive in and draws a foul. And that foul was on Ellie Lockett's her second. Candace Dowell to the line, and that ball was almost at the bottom of the net before it jumped back out. Second shot is up, and it's good. Under 3 minutes to go. There's a long two-point shot for Hannibal. No good. And here's a foul on Elsberry. That foul was on Olivia Kinsler. That's her third foul of the night. Hannibal gets it in, and they are taking it around the perimeter, trying to get it in deep, and the pass was off, but it hit Peyton Robinson's hand before it went out of bounds, so it's Hannibal's ball. 2.5 minutes. And here's Lily Smith in the game for Elsberry. And Hannibal is called for traveling. So here's Dowell bringing it up the court again. 2 minutes. 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 She just takes it right in, goes underneath, tries to pass it off to Abby Jenkins, and it's stolen by Hannibal. There's a shot underneath for Peyton Utterback. And she got the shot, and looks like she twisted her ankle coming down. Let's just move that camera off. Let's just hope she's okay. She twisted her, I'm pretty sure she probably twisted her ankle. I can't see exactly what they're doing, but they're working with her leg. And hopefully it's not serious, and she's able to play again instantly. Don't like seeing any of these young ladies get hurt. They're getting her up. And they're actually helping her off the court. She's gingerly putting some weight on her ankle. And get the Hannibal assistant coach and the physical therapist, athletic trainer for Winfield is over there. So in the meantime, it's going to be Elsberry's ball. Score is 48-20. 1:49 remaining in this ball game. Candace Dahl brings it up the court. She's dribbling around, and she's just going to take it on in. And the shot is blocked by Bella Faulkner, but she also fouls her. That'd be her second foul of the night. Candace Dowell on the line. Shot is up and good. She is 2 of 3 tonight from the free throw line. See if she can make it 3 of 4. And it rolls out. Peyton Robinson up there tries to take a shot, and it's just taken away from her. Candace Dowell fights for it back. There's a 3-point attempt for Lily Smith, and no good. And Hannibal brings it down the court. Ball's put up by Hannibal. Shot is no good, and Candace Dowell brings it up the court fast. Over to Lily Smith. And Addison Steele now back to Candace Dowell. She drove the baseline a little ways, and now into Olivia Kinsler, puts it up and no good. Abby Jenkins puts it up and draws a foul. And that foul was on Allie Hull. And that's her first. So Abby Jenkins at the line, and she gets her free throw. Second shot is up. No good. Hannibal with the rebound. 30 seconds left in this ball game. Get the ball underneath to Bella Faulkner. She puts it up, no good, but she draws a foul with 22.3 seconds remaining. See who this foul is against. That foul is against Addison Steele. It's her first. Shot is up, and it's good. Second shot is good. That makes the score 50-22. 20 seconds remaining. Candace Dahl gets it to Abby Jenkins, who just hands it right to a Hannibal player. Right to Sydney Hart. 2 seconds. She's just going to stand there with the ball. And that is the end of the ball game. Final score, Hannibal 50, Elsberry 22. So after a good showing in the first game of this tournament, the Lady Indians just did not come out for these last 2 games. And I got to say, they looked a little bit better in this game, but they definitely did not look what they should. They are better players than this. This tournament was not indicative of the type of players that these Lady Indians are. They are a better team than what they showed these last 2 games. But that's the way it is sometimes in sports. That's just the way it is. And congratulations to the Hannibal Lady Pirates on their 3rd place victory. That's what the Lady Indians took away. No, I'm sorry. They had 2nd place in this tournament last year. So, again, congratulations to the Lady Pirates. They have a very deserving 3rd place victory. And now, well, tomorrow morning we're going to be watching the boys play in the 7th place game for this tournament. And then after that, it is Tuesday night. Let's see. Tuesday night we are going to be in. Let me get my calendar up here. Monday night, Tuesday night, these girls will be playing at Fort Zumwalt East at 7 o'clock. And so that is where I will be. And so at about 6:45 or so, we will be on the air. But before I close out here, we'll just go over a little bit of the scoring of this game. And final scoring for Elsberry was Tanisha Henderson ended up with 2 points, Peyton Robinson with 2 points, Candace Dowell with 5 points, Kylie Kinzer with 2, Abby Jenkins with 1, Mackenzie Gladney with 1, Kelsey Flaster with 2, and Tyra Henderson with 7. So Tyra Henderson had top scoring for Elsberry. Now for Hannibal, we had Kaylee Faulkner with 6. And Sydney Hart with 3. Bella Faulkner, she is by far the top scorer. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. She had 22 points in this game. Ellie Locke had 2. Emma Dean had 4. Abby Bauman had 4. And Peyton Utterback had 8. So, like I said, the Hannibal Lady Pirates they dominated this game in every aspect of the game. So anyway, I'm going to close out this broadcast, and as I'm tearing my equipment down, the championship game will be next, and that is between let's see, let me make sure. That's between Fort Zumwalt East and the Lift for Life Academy. This ought to be a pretty darn good game. But anyway, until tomorrow morning for the boys, and then Tuesday evening again for the girls. This is Kenny Masterson for the Indian Sports Network, brought to you by the Elsberry Democrat. And goodbye for now, and see you tomorrow morning.